Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Noir. Okay, so this was not planned, but I'll roll with it anyway. Um, so a while back, I watched this anime called Owari no Seraph, or Seraph of the End. Basically, it centers around the protagonist Yuichiro Hyakuya, um, and his battle against vampires. Story goes that um, basically a virus broke out and killed everyone over the age of like 14, I believe, leaving nothing but children left. And as the virus wiped out a good portion of humanity and the vampires took over, they rounded the children as livestock, to, of course, feed them because vampires and everything. So Yuichiro, along with his adopted family, were rounded up, and they all lived together somewhat peacefully. Yuichiro is pretty headstrong, so he doesn't like he didn't ever like being with vampires. But his quote unquote brother, Mikaela, or Mika for short, was a favorite of one of the more noble vampires. Um, Mika used this to his advantage to get a map that lead him and his family out of the city, the underground city of vampires. Sadly, that turned out to be a trap because the noble vampire who favored Mika was waiting for them and mercilessly slaughtered the entire Hyakuya family. It was pretty bad. Mika sacrificed himself so Yuichiro could get out. And after getting out, Yuichiro is found by this man named Goran, who is a lieutenant of the Moon Demon Corps, I believe. Basically, a human army that fights off vampires. So after meeting Goran, it's been Yuichiro's lifelong dream to defeat all the vampires he can to avenge his family, especially the vampire that killed his family. Hyakuya, Yuichiro Hyakuya's time goes on. He grows up, of course, and a little later down the road, we're met with a really shocking revelation. Um, it turns out Mika is alive, but he's a vampire. Well, partial vampire. He'd become a full vampire if he drank human blood, but he survives off drinking the blood of Kurel Tepish, who basically is one of the progenitors of vampires, and I guess in a sense the descendant of Vlad Tepish, Dracula. Um, there are two seasons to this anime, and in the second season things get more hectic, and sadly, Mika becomes a full vampire. But happily, he's rejoined with Yuichiro, so they can kind of be together. Um, Definitely gonna watch this anime again because it was so good. But I'm not here to talk about the first two seasons. What I'm here to talk about is the apparent new season that is just starting. Um, excuse me. It's called Owari no Seraph, Vampire Shahar. The description says that it takes place before the Battle in Nagia arc, which is basically the title for the second season. So I guess this is kind of season 1.5. I don't know if it'll continue because right now it's just one episode, and with the way things happen, it doesn't seem like it'll actually continue. Basically, Yurichiro, along with his team, and his new family. Uh, oh my god, I'm terrible for not remembering all their names. I really am. I'll definitely remember them next time when I review the whole series together. Um, Basically, Yurichiro and his team are given a mission by Goran to track down a vampire who has kidnapped this little girl named Riko. um, we get to see the vampire, and it turns out that he has a pretty sad backstory. Um, it turns out he used to be human, and the vampire that killed Yuricho's family apparently turned Shahir into a vampire. Shahar into a vampire as well. Um, and the reason why Shahar kidnapped this little girl Riko is because she resembles his little sister, who he killed to satisfy his bloodlust since he had just become a vampire. His little sister's name was Lana, which is what he refers to the little girl as, and he's very caring of her and very defensive of her too. Like, he sees everyone else as a threat, and basically, I would do the same if I was in his position. Like, his judgment is so clouded. He basically has tunnel vision, but he does have a noble goal in mind for what he's doing when protecting this child. Sadly, the episode pretty much ends with him dying. But he died peacefully, so I can't be too upset about that. The end of the episode did say to be continued at the bottom, but like I said, so far it's just one episode out now, and when I was looking through anychart.net to see new summer anime for this year, I really didn't see that on the list, so I'm gonna have to check again to see if they updated and put that on there. Because if so, then that's cool. If not, then I guess this probably is just a one-time thing, just a one-episode thing, and I won't have any continuation, and just the continuation would be referring to the already finished season 2, and I'm hoping for a season 3, because the way season 2 ended left some open space for a third season. So I'm really hoping I get a third season to Owari, Seraph. Anyway, yeah, that's this video. Definitely look forward to more content. Share this video around, like it, subscribe of course, and leave your comments down below, and I will see you all next time. Luna out.